Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jalen with Retro Friday. That's right, I'm taking over for Zell today, bringing you one of my favorite games from back in the day. Yes, believe your eyes, you are witnessing Donkey Kong 64, released November 24th, 1999. I believe it has some great reviews from critics. Of course, I didn't know all that when I was little, but I remember opening this up and witnessing this monkey rap on Christmas Day when I got my Nintendo 64. I was so happy, so excited to play this game. I played this game, having my strategy guides and everything. I was just ready, you know. I mean, this game was just epic for me. It was so big, and it's still a very big game today. You know, I mean, it's not so much the all factor as it was when I was younger. But I can look at this and say, you know, this was a very great platformer for back in the day. I would say one of the star games of Nintendo 64. It was really great. So, you know what, let's just get on into it. And we're going to have fun with this guy, because I really love this game. So let's have some fun today. Okay, so obviously this is the opening sequence for the title screen. Gets right into it. Very interactive. And there's some funny stuff that happens if you let it sit there long enough. I think at the end I'll let it sit there so you guys can see all the little comical stuff that happens. But yeah, you know, you can do your little options and everything. But one thing I like is all different modes that it lets you do in this game. There's a multiplayer mode, and I used to love to play that with my brother, with my mom, back in the day, with my friends and everything. It was just really cool, you know. It wasn't like anything complex or anything like that. It was just like a little fighting, shooting multiplayer thing. Very simplistic, but it was a lot of fun for me back in the day. They have the Kong battle mode. You can go do a little battle arena. And then the Monkey Smash, also multiplayer that I was talking about. And the arena was you would fight a lot of different enemies. I'm trying to remember if you could get stuff out of it. I know there were certain arenas in the storyline that you got stuff out of it. I'm trying to remember if you could do it here. Here you can choose your bosses. You know, you see little fairies in number 10. That meant that's how many fairies you collected in the game. You know, and you'll get to see that a little bit later on. But you take pictures of fairies and you get stuff out of it, and that's some stuff you get. And later on, I'll let you guys go back and see all the bosses and stuff like that, because that's one of my favorite things. But I'm trying to remember which one of these game files was in my latest one, because I beat this game a long time ago, but recently I had gotten rid of the game. Then I got it back recently for Nintendo 64, and then I was trying to figure out, now I'm trying to figure out which one is the file that I stopped playing with recently after I got it back, you know, now that I'm older. And because that's the one where I was trying to get all the golden bananas and everything. And it's probably this one. I want to say it's this one. It looks about right because of the golden banana number there. The golden bananas are like the big thing that you need to get in the game. All the stuff you got to collect and stuff like that. Has the little bananas you can get, but the big bananas, the golden bananas, are what's important. You know, super important for this game. And you can see how many you've gotten. The golden bananas you can get from each, like the big adventure stages, like out here in DK Owls. Then you see here it says Jungle Japes. That's the actual level. And there's 5 golden bananas for each character in each level, and you can see how many you've gotten. So you don't have to wonder, did I get everything? You know if you get everything or not, because I believe there's always 5 golden bananas, 100 bananas, and a banana medal over here too on the right side of the screen. And there's a bunch of stuff you can collect, like so much. Like there's a whole lot that you can do in this game and collect and everything. But it's very satisfying to collect it all. I think when I beat this game, I finally beat it, I was at 90-something%. The only reason I didn't have everything was because I didn't get all the little bananas, but I had every golden banana, had all the banana medals, had all the fairies, everything that you needed so that you can get the perfect ending and everything. I just didn't get those last little bit of bananas, so I didn't technically have 100%. But it's very satisfying to get everything. It's just so much that goes into this game. And, you know, now I try to remember where I'm supposed to be going, supposed to be doing. But, because it's a certain level I want to show you right now, the one that I'm on right now, and that's a Frantic Factory, and I'm heading into there now. So yeah, let's get into some gameplay. This is the hub, I guess you can call it. It's probably another name for it, but this is where you go when you want to get into each stage. Right now, I'm getting ready to go into Frantic Factory. Try to remember how to get in there. Actually, it's a portal to the left. So let me go ahead and just skip ahead to that for you guys. Okay, so now we're inside of Frantic Factory, one of the main stages in the game. You can see a little combat here. And see that the other guy you just saw me beat up, the green, what are their names? Are they Kremlins? Doesn't sound right. Someone's got to correct me on that in the comments. What are their names? They're little bad guys. Well, I remember one, a lot of times we call baddies. But anyway, I beat him up pretty easy. He's got to punch him a couple times. But this guy, this metal version, he has to be killed by orange grenades. So I have to bounce it right, and boom, I hit him, and because he's a little tougher enemy, you get some extra watermelons out of it. And even though I'm full of life, I'm still going to collect them because I just have to. I have to do a compulsive thing. I need to collect all the watermelons. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we have some bananas here. See the red bananas? I can't pick those up because they are for Diddy Kong, and they color code everything in this game. Yellow is for Donkey Kong, red is for Diddy Kong, I believe purple is for Tiny, blue for Lanky, and green for Chunky. And that's how you know what belongs to who. And so these bananas are here for him to come back and collect. So I know I got to switch to him. That's a good mechanic in this game. You need to switch in order to get everything, collect everything. But you can't do it all with one Kong. You can't just play one Kong and complete the whole game. You need to switch up to get stuff done. And even that guy that was fighting before, I believe he's called a Crush, I can't remember his name. He dropped a little red blueprint, which is also another collectathon thing you can get in the game. But I can't pick it up because I need to defeat him with Diddy Kong. So that's how you know there's a color coded. There's those little squares you saw on the floor, little pads with their faces on it, so you know, okay, I gotta come back with that Kong and press the switch to activate whatever mini game or whatever the next thing is, you know. So that's one feature of this game that was pretty exciting for me when I was young, was being able to switch between different characters. Okay, so I'm hopping up here to get to a barrel that allows you to change characters. See, I see a little Lanky Kong pad there, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to Lanky Kong. He's a real long arm one, and they all have the different fighting styles and different things they can do. So, let's see if I can activate this. But, I guess I don't have the powers yet, because there are power-ups in this game as well. So, you know, I need the power for him, apparently, to activate that pad. So, kind of didn't need to switch him. But I was able to get his little blue coins there, as you saw. If I was still Donkey Kong, I wouldn't be able to get those. Yeah. But there's different things he can do, like he has longer reach, like that little spin move. It's actually very helpful in multiplayer mode, just a little tip. He is very useful. He's probably the best person to use in multiplayer because he has long reach. Yeah, so I'm going to continue ahead. See yellow bananas, that's obviously for Donkey Kong. But right now I'm looking around because I'm trying to figure out where this fairy is. I hear a fairy. I'm going to just do it real quick. Okay, so you heard that, right? All the little ding ding stuff, and then the little giggle at the end. Those are fairies. This is a character, just Queen Banana Fairy chick, who you go to with Tiny Kong. You meet her, and she gives you a camera and some film, and she says you have to catch all these little fairies, and then she gives you stuff for it in return. But so everybody has cameras. You can take pictures of these fairies, and the way you know they're around is because you hear them. And it's kind of annoying for them to be laughing, kind of almost like laughing at you. So you gotta try to find them. And I don't know where that one is, but I'm gonna just come back to it. So right now you see I have Tiny Kong now, hopping into her barrel. Every character has little barrels. Diddy Kong's coolest because he's a friggin' jetpack when he gets to this barrel. But Tiny Kong, she gets even smaller. She can travel through these little tunnels. She's the only one that can do it. Another example in this game of how you need to utilize all of the characters in order to accomplish everything. So then you turn big again. And here's the mini game. So I get to show you guys the mini game. It's actually pretty convenient. So I'm gonna hop on the switch here to activate the mini games. Most video game mini games are activated. And if you fail, you get to retry. But this one is going to involve me using my feather shooter probably. I don't explicitly remember this, but I remember mini games like this. So it looks like I'm gonna need to shoot this orange because there's an orange on that little thing on the right side. I see a little orange, so I probably need to shoot that. But it didn't work the first time. Okay, there we go. There's a little thing let me know it worked, and it sped up. Okay, so I gotta match it up with everything. So I'm just beasting on this right now. Look at that. Still got the skills. Still got it. Still got it. Still got it. Yeah. Yet those skills would not transfer over to Halo Reach, sadly. But I have my golden banana now. And these are a big thing, and you know they're a big thing because watch what happens when I go get Rabbit. Look at that, I'm dancing. And as you know how many you've gotten for this level, and how many you got total. That's 49 I have total. I have her first one for the level. And obviously now it activated the armory, and there's the fairy. There was a fairy that I heard that was getting on my nerves. So I can find that armory, that's where you get upgrades to weapons. Then maybe I can find that fairy too. Because probably an upgrade for me in this level I need to get maybe more ammo or something like that. So there's a lot of upgrades, a lot of things you can just continue to power up and get more abilities and stuff. I mean, she has even other abilities beyond just this. She can like teleport and stuff. It is really cool. This game has a lot of upgrades and stuff. But I think I'm going to leave it at that right now for the stages and everything. Because I want to show you a boss battle. Because bosses are my favorite thing like ever for all video games. And that's a trend I started to notice in video games, that boss battles are starting to leave now. And I really love boss battles, especially in this game. They're pretty epic, so I'm going to show you those real quick. Okay, so I'm back at the option screen, the mystery screen, where I can choose the bosses. And you can choose any boss in the game. Even if you haven't beaten the game, if you have enough fairies, you can actually play bosses from other levels, if I remember correctly. So you can see bosses that come later on. But I'm picking, I guess I'm going to call this my favorite boss. because not that it scared me when I was little, but it was just so challenging. It's so tough. And see, here's a little personal thing about me. I like the idea of the little guy versus the big guy. You know, I mean, when I was little, actually I was pretty chubby, so I wasn't actually small, but all of my friends, I was always the youngest. So there's something about the little guy versus the big guy that I liked. And obviously this is a perfect example of a battle like that. You know, see that? Yeah, right there. Exactly. So yeah. So I'm going to fight Mad Jack. I believe his name, Mad Jack. And I think they would have showed it if it was in the game. Since it's just a boss option select thing. They're not going to tell you the name of the character. But this is pretty cool. And you see, it's got knocked off the platform. Yes, I'm a little rusty on this, but I'm going to have fun with this because I fell. Okay. I just need to get back on the platform so I can continue to fight, please. And I fell again. That's lovely. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit to once I figure this out a little bit better, so I don't keep embarrassing myself. Yeah, I'm just fast forward a little bit. All right, so as you can see, the way you fight is you have to kind of like just keep flying away from him, and see, I'm gonna just fly under him and get back to the platform he just jumped from, and on like that, and just try to avoid getting hit. Basically, that idea. He followed a similar pattern. It wasn't that terribly hard, but it's a little nerve-wracking if you're not careful. So yeah, keep it up because he throws fireballs at you. When he does actually stop, he'll throw fireballs at you. But the switches here are how you hit him. Watch this. So the switch, make sure it's on the corresponding color of the same square he's on, and he takes some damage. But that's how you hit him. You can't actually directly just fly up to him and try to like kick him or something. It's not gonna work. So you just gotta keep with the game basically. Watch his pattern, see where he's going, where he's going to be next, and just stay away from him. If I have one gripe with this game, it's the camera. I mean, my goodness, it's hard to keep the camera where you want it. But my muscle memory for this fight is starting to come back now. Because I used to have to do this a lot until I was finally able to beat him. So it's hard for me back in the day. So I'm actually starting to kind of remember like using some of the old strategies that I had. He got me in midair. But I should do him all right. Oh, good. No, I almost fell off. All right, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna hit him, and he's gonna take some more damage. Now these bosses usually don't take 3 or 4 hits at most to get damage. But what they do is to crank up the intensity, they'll speed up. And now you can see he's going a little faster now. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit more so you can see some other like the next stage of the fight because he starts doing some ridiculous stuff. See that? He's shooting lasers now. I will say they're very good with trying to up the ante as you're in the middle of a boss fight. So now he's shooting lasers at me. I actually prefer dodging these because the fireballs can kind of lead you in with the fireball so that you end up like flying right into it, which I think is kind of cheap. And okay, so he's about to do something else now. I remember when I first was looking at this again, it confused me, but he's turning invisible. Look at that. So now you just kind of have to follow his sparkles there. But I'm just going to keep jumping back from platform to platform right underneath him. And I think I have a vague memory of doing this when I was little. This is how I would fight him when I was little. But the trouble is, now that he's invisible, it can be easy to misgauge stuff. And his lasers will start shooting those again. I'm just keep it hopping underneath him. I'm going to try to fast forward a bit so you guys can see what happens next. Okay, so he stopped jumping now. You cannot see him at all. They took away the sparkles. So now I have to see how that little light over there, that's him charging up for the laser. I have to keep it moving basically in order to survive this. And he led me with the shot. But sure, I guess it was a glitch there. I made it out of that one. But this time, not so much. Okay, that's what happens when you lose a lot of watermelons. You have to start over again. But I'm not going to put you guys through that. I'll go back to it on my own time. That's going to bother me. I don't go back and finish that. But whatever. It's cool. So yeah. That was one of my favorite bosses from back in the day. And this is one of my favorite games from back in the day. I mean, really, this is just an awesome game. It was a lot of fun. Even the title screen. Let me fast forward a little bit so you can see some of the comical stuff they do on the title screen as I wrap it up, because it's even pretty fun. Look at it right there. Look at it right there. Look at that. Little arms coming out, little ribbons behind you. It's just, this game was funny. It was very funny, tongue-in-cheek humor, have fun with itself, and it was cool. It was really cool. It was a really, really, really fun game. I have great memories of it. So go out and get this game. Alright, that's all for today. This has been Jalen with your Retro Friday. You can follow me on Twitter. Use the hashtag Retro Friday if you want to talk to me about this in particular. Look at that. Look at that in the background. Okay, I'm done. So this has been Jalen, bringing a retro to your Friday.